This is the show giving you the best sales insights and ideas to become the best you can be in sales and sales leadership. My name is Gert Schultz. Welcome to Best Practice for Sales Professionals. And today I'm thrilled to introduce a true sales professional. We worked together at Thomas Cook, where she was hugely impressive with her consultative sales approach. Since then, she's co-founded an award-winning healthcare practice, Coralyn Health. Jacqui Shaw, thanks for your time and welcome to the show.
Gert, I'm delighted to join you. Thank you for having me on. I feel very honoured.
Great. Well, we're going to chat today about what it is like to be a consultative salesperson. However, what I'd like to know to start off with is how do you position yourself as a consultative salesperson when you meet a new corporate or private client?
Okay, well, I think from my perspective, it's really important to do your research. That's fundamentally very important because otherwise you leave yourself exposed when you're talking to that client or meeting with them. And also, as I'm a little longer in the tooth, perhaps from some of the people who will be watching your show, I have got a lot of experience behind me. So there's not a lot of areas that I haven't been involved in. So it's easy for me to display credibility, which is obviously very important. The other thing that's important for us is ethics as well. So that company that we're actually proposing to as a potential provider must have the same sort of ethics that we have, because that's what makes a fulfilling relationship. We also provide our prospective clients with case studies and referrals to our clients as well.
Wow, that's amazing, and that's straight away so much to get into. So why should sales professionals be concerned with becoming a trusted advisor?
Well, I would really say, what's the point in being anything else? What's the point in having a relationship where you're not a trusted advisor? Trusted advisors are around for a long time. People rely on them, and therefore that's worthwhile. In our business, we're looking for a partnership for life because we're providing health insurance, so for the life of that client or company. Also, personally, I find transactional relationships really demoralising. There's no joy in them. And as we're a heavily compliant business as well, we need our prospective clients to invest the time to understand the product that we're providing and what it can do for them along with the service. So it's the only way to go.
Great. And when you made, if you like, the transformation from being transactional maybe at one time to become more consultative, what were the kind of challenges that you had to overcome, if you like?
I think the fact that it is far more time consuming. It's a lot more time consuming to do your research, to put that really strong effort in, but it pays rewards, which is obviously very important. So that was the most thing, is the time consuming element of it. And you've got to back up your facts as well. So that's, again, that's about displaying credibility to that client. All of that takes time, but it has an incredible effect on your conversion rate. In our industry, the health insurance industry, the conversion rate is approximately 25%, whereas in our business it's 70%. So that's why we do it.
So are you implying that because you are consultative and you follow through and you are fact-based, that is one of the reasons why your conversion rate is so much higher?
Yes, yeah, because it is about bringing that proposition to life for that client, which is the important thing, and making sure that they're buying in a fully aware environment. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what does good look like when you're interacting with a client?
So I think good, it's more about what does good feel like. We all know what that feeling is when you've done a really, really good job. And we all know what the feeling is like when you haven't done quite a good job or you didn't put enough research, effort in, etc. So it's the feeling, and it's very rewarding. And that is reflected in the comments that the clients make to you as well, in terms of how you've looked after them, supported them, and how the experience with you is completely different than anybody else that they've spoken to before. And that's what we're aiming for every time in this business.
That's fascinating. That is actually an emotional notion for you rather than facts, so to speak.
Yes, and I guess that's just the way that I operate, but it's also the way that the people that I employ think and feel as well. It's definitely, for us, it is the feeling rather than, the analytical part for us is in what the results are in the end. But this business is all about feeling.
So if people are viewing the show and think, I want to become a trusted advisor, and at the moment I'm an order taker, it's about transactions. What 3 tips would you give them to get into this?
I would say invest in your customer. So every time you do a pitch, that is you investing in your customer. You're not just going through a script. There's no scripting in this business, as an example. You are listening and you are responding, and you're also leading that client. So do that investment and go far further than anybody else would to satisfy their requirements or their needs. The other thing is care for real. If you don't care, don't go after the prospect, don't try and convert the business, because you'll never really look after them properly, and that will reflect badly on your business. And then always check in with the client on progress, how they're doing, do they need any help, assistance, advice, that sort of thing, even though your role with them may have finished at that time, because that then means that they're kind enough to propel you forward wherever they go next or into their next project. And it means that they also refer you as well. And in our business, again, it's that old 70% statistic that we have here. 70% of our business is referrals, which is really important to us.
Some of this kind of makes so much common sense when you talk, the way you talk about it. It's fascinating.
Yeah. I think that as well, it's about pride, isn't it? Pride in what you do. You should want to always have an organisation, whether they decided to do business with you or not, you want them to speak well of you. Because then they'll talk to other people about you, and those people may give you a call or ask for a meeting, as an example. And that often happens, Sometimes we're not able to satisfy the customer's requirements, but as long as they speak well of us, we've done a good job, and that in itself is satisfying.
And that's a great point. Jacqui, thanks so much for giving up some of your time to come onto the show. If somebody is interested in knowing more about what you do and how you help clients, what do they do? Do they go to your website?
That's a perfect thing. All that they actually need to do is go to our website, which is coralinehealth.co.uk, and they can message us, ring us. We only turn our phones off when we go to bed.
Perfect. Jacqui, once again, great to see you, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Gert.
See you soon. Like the show and share for more insights and ideas to make more sales.